Hello everyone, this brief video is to explain some of the details behind the pillars of the rubric. So first and foremost, the whole purpose of our rubric, it's designed towards simplicity so it can be easily applied to all disciplines and writing assignments. This is, remember, the standard rubric that's going to be used once by all of our writing intensive courses, so we don't want to make anything so specific that it's going to eliminate any courses or any assignments that may be used. So that's why it is as vague as it is. Of course, there are far more specific things we could have used, but the four pillars we have are correctness, clarity, competence, and purpose. Dealing with correctness, these are things that your teacher probably would have circled in a red pen when you were in elementary school. Comma mistakes, capitalization errors, spelling errors. It also deals with citations, formatting, and originality. This is for whether you're doing MLA, APA, Turabian, Chicago, whatever citation style you're using. This is the section where that is graded. And also that the paper meets the requirements. If you assign a 2,000 word paper on Kim Kardashian and get a 1,000 word paper on Taylor Swift, clearly it's not meeting the requirements. That is 1/4 of our rubric. The second fourth, it's not just correct, but it's also clear. And clarity is often confused with correctness. They're related, but not the same thing. So look at these two sentences. Both of them are technically correct. They are mechanically correct and grammatically correct, but only one of them is clear. One of the things that, with success in mind, students who attend college ought to do with regards to their collegiate performance is spend an appropriate amount of time reviewing certain materials for respective courses. Now, that sentence is probably familiar to you if you grade a lot of college essays, because it's that kind of fluff writing where meaning has been intentionally obfuscated in order to bolster a word count. And that sacrifice of clarity also leads to bad thinking, so we really want to clamp down on this and make sure that nobody's writing this way. This needs to be a big part of how we grade. So how a sentence like that ought to read is, in order to succeed academically, college students must study, which is simple and far clearer than whatever that initial gobbledygook was. Also, we have competence. This is specific to your field, and it's related to how the students are doing research. So if they're doing enough research to where they really understand what they're writing about, then they'll be able to put sources in conversation with each other, they'll know what they're talking about, and they'll be able to find an area where they can say something relevant on the topic, what an old professor of mine called minding the gap, making sure you found a gap in the research so that you could actually talk about something meaningful. This is definitely going to have to respect the class level, because obviously a 300 or 400 level undergraduate student is not going to understand all of the nuance and history of a given field, so they might feel they're saying something original when the thought or that line of thinking was over and done with years ago, or has been said many, many times. But with regards to their research and what they've done, are they doing a good job with applying that research, with showing that they know what they're talking about in the given field? So that's competence. And our final quarter here, purpose. The text needs to be focused on a goal. Now, this is something that you assign based on your particular assignment. Whatever you set out as this is what the assignment ought to do, if it's persuading someone of something, if it's reporting on something, whatever the case may be, the text needs to stay focused on and accomplish that goal. If a text is getting sidetracked, if it's wasting a whole lot of time, then this is where you would mark off for that. So those are the four pillars that we have right now of our rubric. As always, please, if you have suggestions or criticisms, this is not set in stone. This is just a working rubric we have right now, and I certainly hope to make improvements and changes and to hear from you. Thanks.